All right, so this might sound just a little cheesy, ha 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 ha, Kudlow humor, but stopping coal and wood-fired pizza ovens is just a teardrop in the bucket of climate change. Joining me now to comment on this, Jimmy Fallon, host of Fox Across America on Fox Radio. Jimmy, first of all, you were a cab driver. You probably delivered a bunch of pizzas in your time.
A lot of pizzas. And do you want me to add
coal, wood?
Do you want me to add to your pizza pun?
Please.
Whoever came up with this idea was hitting the sauce. Good night, everybody. Kudlow humor is here to stay, baby.
We're not a business
tip your waitress.
All right, wait a second.
Let's talk about it.
No impact on
Zero.
anything to do with climate.
It is infinitesimal.
It's just going to piss off millions and millions of New Yorkers.
Number one. Number two, we were told by the Democrats, if you remember, the government needs to stay out of our bedrooms. All right, well, you got the government in my garage, in my kitchen, in my pizza place. Like, what's off limits? Can we establish some boundaries? Because here's the issue, and especially in New York. If we were really going to concern ourselves with the climate, traffic is the number one source of pollution by a margin of about 1,000. But any of these environmentalists aren't curbing traffic. If anything, they're increasing it because the bike lanes, the pedestrian malls, and the fact that we now have restaurant seating in the right lane of traffic, not the safest, by the way.
That's correct.
You know, you guys like the veal? Try the exhaust with it. It's a nice chaser. Okay, but the point is the traffic is getting worse, so the pollution's getting greater. And every one of these...
That's right. All this is really true. This is important stuff.
Yeah.
They have mucked up the city by doing that.
So here's the deal. You get rid of the coal oven, but it now takes the guy an extra 20 minutes to get the pie to your house because of the increased traffic.
And you get very angry.
Now you're mad at him.
And you'll have cardiac issues, and you'll need therapy
This isn't
to
good.
deal with this. Your nervous system will break down. So on the climate change issue, this fellow, Mark Morano, New York Post, in order to have any impact on climate, you would have to burn a stove, the stove burning stuff, for 310,000 days. That is 849 years to equal what hypocrite John Kerry puts out in 1 year with his private airplane.
And might I
How
add
about that?
That's a very burnt pizza. You don't even want to eat that pizza. Let's talk about it.
How about
But that's the scam of guys like John Kerry, is that climate change, and this is all the data we have on climate change, okay? People are getting very rich pushing it.
Yeah.
Okay? None of them are embracing any of the lifestyle changes that they're pushing on the rest of us. Okay? And that's why you got guys downtown throwing pizza pies at City Hall right now. They see through the grift of what this is. There's a lot of power to be gained.
It is grift.
It's a climate change, the biggest racket in the world. I'm old enough. I'm 45, so I'm a year older than you. And when I was a little kid, we were going to freeze. I remember we were going to freeze. I had the crazy aunt who was like, we're going to freeze. The climate's changing.
Listen, we had, in the suburbs of New York, we had a bomb shelter going back many decades.
I remember we had those drills.
Hang on a second. Do you prefer coal-fired or wood-fired on your pizza? I was a little skeptical about the coal thing.
No, but the coal thing works. You want to know why? Because they get that smoky char underneath it. You don't necessarily taste it, but it's an atmospheric part of the chew. Listen, I'm like, if I wasn't on cable news, I'd be a before model. I can talk to you about food. Like, look at me.
Are you a foodie?
I love the food.
Are you a cheesy?
Have you seen my contract here at Fox? I get paid in breadsticks, Larry. I get paid at Little Caesars. Every Thursday, they're like, pizza.
We all do, but that's above our pay grade. We are not going there tonight.
Thank you.
Cheesy? Too cheesy for Kudlow? This is a business show.
Now you have some fun. What are we? The world's on fire. We're just roasting marshmallows, man. Lowering the temperature.
I didn't ask him to define Bidenomics. Jimmy Fallon, the best of the best.